Good, shall we? So we are still having people entering. Crazy weather. Thank you, everyone. Alex, I'll start. So here's Alex, and my name is Tim. We both started this idea, I don't remember, somewhere early this year.
Back in the days.
Back in the days. And it's amazing where we are now because it's all volunteer organized events. So we have people helping us, you see on the door, people helping us with technical stuff. We have volunteers who will be mentors, facilitating the groups today. And many of you, I've been asking, like, how did you hear about us? Many of you just shared this on LinkedIn and you said, oh, I've been on one event. You should come. And then you see every time we're almost double the amount of people participating. That's crazy. I like it. I don't know what we do with this next, but I like it. Anything to add?
You know what? I was really surprised that like posts from us and people, our participants, are getting more reactions than my posts. I was like really jealous.
But that also means we really suck with marketing. We really suck with promotion. So if anyone would like to have more, so we're still open to invite volunteers. You see people come and say, oh, we have a space. Please come to us. That's the best volunteering. And thank you. Just in a minute, we will have a welcome from Marco if you find him. He's waiting for pizza. That's maybe more important.
Maybe we just can go further and then...
Okay, good. Like, we will give him a chance to speak about the wonderful place. It's just top of the roof. There can many more floors, but you probably have seen a gym. If you go to the gym, most probably you've seen their equipment. That's also amazing how everything connected with software.
And one more thing to add, so we're still experimenting. We're also growing. We are trying to find the ways it's working to create those katas that are not so difficult, but not so easy and still interesting, and like how we can manage more people and so on and so on. So you might expect some things that are not going so smooth, but I really hope you will enjoy it, and this enjoyment will like, go with you through all our experience days.
Do you write them yourself?
Yes.
Yes.
It's important disclaimer. I'm probably skipping it this time, but everything, it looks like a company, but it's not your company. We promise. Yeah. Maybe someone just make it says Marco on stage for a second. So yeah, definitely everything fictional, everything from our experience of our volunteers. We all work in the industry. I think if we count our years together, it will be I don't know half a century together. But nevertheless, before we go to the experience, first, maybe a few words about the gym. What do you want to say? I have your slides.
Well, first of all, hi, welcome. Marco, I'm the VP of software here at Egypt. For those of you who don't know us, I prepared some yada yada slides that I have to show for marketing, which doesn't mean that I'm not proud of it, but first of all, you're here from meetup. The privilege here to have Alex get in touch with me. We know each other
From like 9 years already.
9 years ago.
Yeah.
Networking.
No, it's the same company.
Exactly, we worked in the same company. Actually, I hired you more or less.
Yeah, it's hired me.
And I'm very happy that so many people with this shitty weather still made it here. I will tell you a little bit about Egypt. We are a company that has diversified our product quite a bit. We started off as a hardware manufacturer. We actually built string machines, and we built string machines that are being bought by your gym mate. You don't put them in your salon unless you have $1 million or something lying around. Because the cool stuff about our machines is that they don't work with gravity, they actually work with electric motors. So you have to work against the resistance. And the moment that you work against the resistance, we can put lots of fancy stuff in there that our hardware team is doing. And we put a computer on inside, we put a screen on the top. And what you can see here is our founders, Philip and Florian, when they were still young and whatever, when they were still young, with our first prototype, where they said, like, come on, the way how a gym operates, it's still the same like it was like 60 or 70 or 80 years ago. We can modernize this. That's how we started. We started in 2010. We are now in 2024. We have around 700 employees. We are busy basically in the whole of Europe, in the US. We even have our machines in South Korea, Japan, Australia. So we're trying to conquer the market, but the way how we are conquering the market is not just by our hardware, but also with our software. So we have apps that we're building for trainers, and we have apps that you as the gym goer, if you're going to the gym, can use. And hence our engineering team is very diverse. We have firmware developers, we have GUI developers, we have app developers, we have backend. All the stuff that you can imagine, you can find it with us. We bought a company that is now diversifying. That's why I'm saying we're not a one product company. So if you're interested, what we're doing, we're also providing company fitness. Company fitness is a service that you can use inside your company and give a benefit to your employees. If you don't have it already, maybe you should ask for it. It's called WellPass. With this WellPass, you pay one contract and have access to the whole network of swimming pools, boulder halls, gyms, fitness first, whatever it is. Alex, where are you? Here. For those people of you who know, what's the name of this company that I don't want to say?
Urban something?
Urban something club, exactly. Whoever of you knows Urban Sports Club, which is started as a B2C company, so you could do this on your own, pay for your own. We're doing this on a B2B side, so if you are interested in something or your HR department is interested in something, point them to our website, tell them you do WellPass, and make yourself and maybe also me a little happier. Just a few facility topics here. Restrooms are there. They are unisexual, I think we're calling them now. I don't know. Like we don't judge anymore, except for the right-hand side where we have one reserved for all the ladies, and the other ones mixed as you want to. Pizza is now there. More pizza will come. Salads are there. All of us enjoy. This is supposed to help your brain function very well when you're doing the kata. And if you have any questions regarding facility, or if you don't know where to find the exit or something, look for me with this shirt. And I think I have a few more. No. Why didn't you put your? Okay. I'm not outing my other engineering managers because they want to be anonymous here. It's fine. It's fine. But I will help you with anything that you need. So enjoy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I have a question. Are you ready to wait like maybe 5-7 more minutes? We would like to show you how to play Kata for technical strategy, and then you'll be able to grab your pizza and just like sit in smaller groups and play it together.
Yeah, it's totally fine to eat and work, right? That's amazing innovation we just invented. Good. So just before we go, here was the idea, the overall idea. So right now we will have a wonderful demo how you will use it step by step. Then you go in your teams, you have your team number, we have place everywhere, so just find the people with the same number and self-organize to find the place. And then in the team, you can also self-organize. The last page contains some instructions how to go through. And the last page also contains the resulting slides theme. So resulting slides, they will have some guidance more what to finalize. So all that should help. We got your feedback, we really listen to each and every feedback you give us, and we got the feedback that it's better if we show how it works. Let's go and see, here's the team number X.
So it's another small case, which is not written, but instead I will ask Dima about his case, and then we will go through all the points so you can see how they can be answered, just to play the case that you have here inside those documents.
Yeah, and we're presenting a much smaller case on the level of one team, but like in a regular size technical company.
So can you tell me more? Maybe you just can sit over there in front of me.
I'm still a bit afraid of this.
Nice. Can you tell me?
chair.
Can you tell me?
Technical difficulties.
There is a button over there.
Yeah, I found the button.
Yeah, I
It's
found
very intuitive. Thanks.
So can you tell me more about the case that you have at work?
So the case of work is the case in one of our teams. It's we are moving several projects into one team. So we've been we are developing the internal tools for quality evaluation, and we started the tool with the technology of the team, not taking into account that the technical stack of the bigger company will be developing differently. So. Right? Feel free to jump in.
Yeah. So I would like to ask you a question. So can you tell me how business will use this tool? What's the criticality of this tool?
So the criticality of this tool is it's used to assess the quality of all the features across the board. So if you're building the feature, this tool will be used to assess the quality.
So just to tell you, like it's a grammar thing, just in case
we don't name.
So you can understand like what kind of quality can be there and so on. Okay, and what is the challenge?
The challenge is that we have chosen Clojure, the tech stack of my team, that's not so popular in other teams. So if we need to staff the project, that would be like longer term an issue for me and for a bigger company. So there is a temptation to move to switch the tech stack to a different technology.
And do you have any pressure from the business, from the perspective of like amount of people you can have in a team, budget, timing, the scope of delivered work, something?
Yeah, always like the scope of delivery is always growing. The priority for the business, you have task, but the priority is to move as fast as we can with increasing velocity and not like losing it. And the amount of people they can have on the team, it's fixed. I can't tell you exact numbers.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
And so you said like you need to increase the velocity all the time, and like what's the reason to increase the velocity? It sounds like you have a pressure with a timeline.
Yeah, because the market, like we want to grow, the company is growing, and if we do not deliver new things, our customers won't be happy.
Okay, and what is your approach? Like if you said you chose technology like Clojure, that's not so much popular. Like do you have a team that's already started with the people who can use it, or what's the problem?
Yeah, we had the team that used it, and we had similar tool used for different purpose that we could source the components needed from that tooling. So we used it to gain velocity, initial velocity.
Okay. And can you tell me more? So it feels like we see what is needed and what's the diagnosis. So your team can work only with a specific technology. It was chosen, so it's the limitations that you have nowadays. We have expectations from the business. And what is your strategy? How would you like to achieve this high velocity with
So the strategy we will not switch. Short-term strategy is to gain velocity by training engineers into the technology. We have a team that can move fast to bring code bases closer together for a middle term for midterm. So in about 12 months, I expect the tool to be on the plateau feature-wise. That will be moving with the same speed as the rest of the company, and we'll have enough time to switch the tech stack. So at that point, we'll try to bring everything closer together to make sure that we can it would be easy for us later to switch the technologies.
Okay, so it sounds like your guiding policy here from the tech strategy is to ensure that everyone can use this, can use Clojure, all the necessary ecosystem about it. You're providing all the necessary trainings. You're increasing the velocity to meet this timeline of 12 months.
Yep.
And after that, you will change the technology for something else to ensure that you can get more people or maybe reduce the cost for it and so on.
Yeah, that's easy for me to switch to add more people, because the limitation of technology is if I want to add more people, I can't do this on a short term. And we also have another guiding policy to develop everything that we can in Python, which is more popular inside the company, and we can get more engineers if needed for the short bursts, gains of speed if needed.
Okay, so your coherent actions right now is train your engineers, pretty similar to what was said in the strategy. You also try to do as much as you can in Python if it's possible. you like also like most probably monitor all the metrics to ensure that speed of cycle time is reducing, speed is increasing. Okay. And like we don't really need to have any architecture over here because it's, I mean, maybe we can draw it, but it just like would be
a larger case.
yeah. And the roadmap, it also sounds like, okay, we have this year, most probably also,
yeah,
do you have a milestones in the middle, in between?
Yeah, always.
And can you tell just like approximately those that are not in the...
Yeah, so the milestones mostly depend on the releases of the features. So we support the features, and we have a set of metrics that we have to develop and to add.
Okay.
Yeah, so we are, yeah, so it's mostly bound to the features released by the company. We try to stick as close to the roadmap of the bigger company as it's possible.
Okay. And so with resourcing staffing, from what I understood, you already have a pre-allocated amount of people that you can have in the team, correct?
Yeah, the size of the team is about, like we can say, about 10 people.
And how would you evaluate what is the budget needed for it, if you would do it?
So we don't do, like on the team level, we do not do budget evaluations, but we can do this by knowing the size of the team.
And do you also count all the necessary resources, like like cloud and so on, for the product to build?
On the team level, for projects like this, no.
Okay.
But this project is not consuming lots of cloud resources. It's in some cases when the data storage is huge, or the like LLM consumption is huge, or like you consume significant resources, it definitely is budgeted upfront.
Okay. Okay, thank you. So you saw it was pretty short one, pretty simple one. Also, like if you double check here, there is a complexity A, which is like smaller one. In your teams, you will decide from the beginning, or you can decide whether you would like to go for complexity A, for complexity AB and ABC. And then like roadmap is already B, and like resourcing staffing and the budget. Like resourcing staffing, it's also about skills you might need to have and so on. It might be more difficult for you, for example, if you're challenging, if you're just like a software engineer, you never did it. But if you're like head of engineering, most probably it's like a piece of cake for you. Okay. Yeah, that's
Thank you,
pretty much it.
Ivan.
Thank you, Ivan.
Thank you. So, one important disclaimer, we will have time, and after that, we will call for the group who voluntarily would like to present. We don't need to present all the group. We also learned this lesson, and especially with this amount of people, I don't dare even to ask. But then every group, if you feel it's good enough, it's you made a point and you would like to share your experience, then we will ask one of the group. And we have 3 experienced CTOs and VP of software engineering, and we will ask one of you to be presenter. So if you decide to go, then make sure one of you ready to present this. As I mentioned, there's a slide deck link, then you can put everything you would like to show. So it's up to you.
To be really specific, if you're in group number like 11, 12, 13, 14, or 15, like we will choose 3 groups out of those. So it means you already have some experience with the technical leadership, and you can provide like most probably like really interesting results, different points of view, and so on. So be prepared.
So volunteers.
Yeah.
Volunteers will be selected.
Yes.
Still,
Okay.
no pressure.
Should we invite jury to ask them how they're going to evaluate?
Yeah, maybe if you can give us your kids,
I think with some hardware, right?
Yeah. Yeah, okay,
Okay.
that's more important, sorry.
Tom, Florian, can you come for a second?
Yeah. So we asked the jury to look for different aspects. So you can have this guidance, but they also will give you some ideas what is important for them. So when you present it to the top management, so maybe any comments? Yeah, a few comments. So, Tom.
So for me, when I look at problems like this, technology doesn't operate in isolation. So for me, it's very important that you consider the business scenario and not just look at technical implementation, but you think of, okay, how is that going to affect the business? What may be good strategies, with the business case and how you might be able to approach it. bearing in mind that this is a commercial venture and not some sort of research project or something like that. So those are the things that I'll be particularly looking out for. I'm interested in seeing what you come up with.
I will be looking a bit more at the negative side. So if you see, like, if you properly address what kind of risks will come with each approach, so that business can decide what they want to do, or if they want to.
Yeah. So you see, you have guidance. We talk about strategies as a business strategy, technical strategy, and for the presentation to the top level, connection of your technical strategy to business important. Addressing risks that might be like you see them or at least you brainstorm them, then it's also important. And then one more will be from Marco later, but again, this will be the way you understand how you're kind of not evaluated, but at least addressed. So your presentation should address this also. Good, that's all. And now...
Pizza is waiting. Please split into the groups.
Yeah, find your group, find your pizza, find some place.
Take your chairs, arrange chairs here, over there, you can see over there.
Space in the corner, space in the room. Yeah, so there's another room. Small room.
Where the farthest away from
Let's get fun.